did not cover one of the pay-per-views, right? It was UFC 304. Yeah. So UFC 304 was not covered by eBay himself, and I just never got to give my thoughts on what happened. Like you guys know, I'm a big Leon Edwards fan. That's my guy. And I rewatched the fight actually recently last week.
They broke my heart. I couldn't watch it again.
UFC 303. What was that?
303 was Poatan, I think. It covered the Conor card.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah. But I mean, I made a video. I had fun. I made like a little short clip dissing like every Yuri fan in existence.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I spoke about it a little bit. You guys know how I felt. I was happy, but I didn't get to tell you about the sadness of Leon Edwards losing that fight. And I watched it, and I know some people are gonna call me a hater. Belal fought a phenomenal fight there, but I just find it weird. Okay, call it excuses, whatever. I just find it weird that it's the UK, right? It's their pay-per-view, but I get it. USA is literally the greatest country of all time. I get it. I understand. You want to appease those fans, but why are you switching their time zone? I've never seen them do this. I mean, the last pay-per-view they did with Kumar Usman and Leon Edwards for the trilogy, I mean, I enjoyed it. I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning and I watched it till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's how I watched the last pay-per-view. This time, I'm watching it at night as if this is in America. And I mean, the aspects of this, I mean, I get it. Belal went through the same thing. I'm not trying to say anything, but it's weird that they had to fight at night. It's weird that, like, I used to work graveyard, so I know how it feels to like work at night, do stuff at night. Like, there's certain areas where you really shouldn't be fighting or like doing anything like physical. And like, it's just weird. Like, and there's just certain time zones you're not going to perform at the best. And that has a real effect. But yeah, I just felt like Leon, I think partially underestimated Belal in there too. I do truly believe that. I think he really went in there with a big head. And I think he didn't respect Belal. But I just really felt like Leon, his instincts, his ability to counter, it just wasn't there. Like the Leon Edwards that we know, like, I know people are talking about, oh, he's done this before, I get it. But that was just like the fact that he got slammed on his head, like his grappling awareness, all of it, like it just seemed slow. Like he was very slow to the punch, and he just wasn't seeing things come at a rapid rate. Instinctually, he's a good fighter, but I just felt like Belal, he wanted it more in there. That's one thing that's a fact. And yeah, man, it's weird. It's weird. It was really weird. It was really weird.
It was weird watching, believe it or not, as well.
Yeah.
Like he's an individual who starts slow as it is. And then obviously, I'm not blaming. I'm not going to attribute it to the time. I imagine it would affect him more than the others because he takes a while to get going. But I'm also seeing Paddy Pimblett and Tom Aspinall get it done in one. I'm not saying that Leon was expected to get him out of there in one round. But I'm saying it didn't affect any of the other fighters on the pay-per-view, if that makes sense. So that aspect disappointed me because obviously as a Leon fan, I expected if you're going to lose the bout, at least lose it fighting. Do you get what I mean? I don't know how to explain it other than if he'd lost the bout, I'd been like, do you know what? It was really close. It was 3-2. Kind of like how Sean Strickland lost the bout. Like, obviously, I was like, that's a really tough fight. That could have gone either way. But you know what? He showed up. Whatever, right? But he didn't. He turned up and it was like, do you know what I mean? It was almost as if, whatever. Like, and like even in the aftermath, he was like, oh, we'll run it in the US. Like, unfortunately, as much as I like him, he doesn't command that level of. He doesn't command that level of. He's able to demand that from the UFC because the UFC will make Belal Shafkat next. Yeah, Shafkat was on to win. We know where they're taking the belt: Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi. So we're going to see that fucking belt once a year, and then they'll either do Ian Gary, or they'll just fast track Gary into the next fucking title shot. which means if I look up the rankings now, who they're gonna fucking put him up? Who are they fucking putting him up against? Like the winner of Gilbert Burns and Sean Brady again. He's gonna be
looking at my guy Ed.
He's gonna be fighting another crotch sniffer, or he fights Della Maddalena. Like it's just. I'm annoyed because obviously I've waited so long for like another champion. Like after Bisping, I waited 6 years, and then we've already lost the belt, and then Tom doesn't even have the undisputed belt, so it's a shit time for UK MMA at the minute. We were on top of the world like 12 months ago, and now it's just shit.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, I hear you. Let me like respond to some of these. I know Room Wrecker wants